What is up, guys? This is Lil Wooly 618, and today I'm bringing you some Assassin's Creed 3 multiplayer gameplay. And this is actually the first match I got into, and this is, of course, Simple Deathmatch. For those of you who don't know, Simple Deathmatch is the first thing that you do after the quick tutorials that they give you in the multiplayer. And basically the rules, it's just like regular deathmatch. The only way you can identify your target is with the box in the top right corner. If the outline turns blue, he's in your line of sight. If his entire box goes blue, then you are really close to him. So that's pretty much the basis of it. The only difference between simple deathmatch and regular deathmatches is that you do not get abilities with simple deathmatch, and that is basically because, one, you don't have them unlocked yet, it's your first match, and two, that's the way the developers made it. But yeah, this is actually my first game, and this character I'm playing as is known as the Bear. I'm not exactly sure of the significance of the name with him being Native American, but if you are of Native American descent, leave a video response to this. Maybe you can explain what the name behind it is, and maybe some of the other names of the Native American characters in Assassin's Creed 3. But I went through the player's guide, and they have a section about the multiplayer, and I may have counted wrong. I mean, it looked like it only had like 12 options, 14 options, something like that, as far as characters I could pick. But from what I counted in the book, it says that there were 19 characters. Granted, I might have miscounted. I mean, it is nearly 2 a.m. in the morning whenever I'm recording this commentary, so I could easily be wrong. But yeah, there's a lot of variety of characters, and they're all they all really fit within the American Revolutionary time period. Now, as you guys can tell, the graphics, they just look amazing. They're a lot better than Revelations. I was stunned whenever I put this on my TV. I was stunned how lifelike these guys actually looked. And, you know, the new engine that Assassin's Creed 3 is running on, which is, I believe, the Anvil Next. Yeah, the Anvil Next. And this engine, I mean, this engine that they're using, it's just fantastic. So many more people, so many more NPCs on this map. It really helps with, you know, actually trying to hide, get into a blend group. And getting into a blend group is a lot easier now. But that's probably a different video for a different day. But anyway, while we're on the subject of gameplay and controls, I'm going to talk about the controls here. Now, I play on the Xbox 360. So, PS guys, Wii guys, computer guys, you're gonna have to figure out, you know, what corresponds with what. But there are a couple things that are different with the controls and the gameplay mechanics, as far as how the buttons act. The first one is that one button in Xbox 360's case, the X button. It does everything. It kills your target and also stuns your pursuers. Now, when I first heard about this, I thought it was going to be overpowered. I thought it was going to be way too easy for people to use, especially guys who have been playing Assassin's Creed for a while now. I thought it was going to be well overpowered and going to work to the advantage of the old guys, the old players. But it's not really overpowered. It's it actually makes you have to think a little bit. And what I mean by that is that, you know, stun was, if you were to try to attack an NPC in Revelations, for example, you could safely press B and just stun them, and you keep your contract. Now, since X does everything, you're either killing an NPC, killing your target, or you're stunning your pursuer. That means if you attack someone who is not your target or not your pursuer, then you lose your contract and you're basically left up in the air for a few seconds. And what is that guy doing running on the roofs? You think people will learn, but anyway. And also with stuns, you're forced to hide now. Used to be you could just, you know, walk by somebody, press B, and you'd be able to stun them. But now you're more focused on hiding before you stun. And that's really the best way to get a stun. Go into a blend group, have your guy come closer to you, hit the X button, stun him. And then just walk around your merry way. But yeah, but with the X button, you know, above everybody, you can easily confuse your pursuer or your target for an NPC, and that really brings shifts it back towards the middle as far as, you know, being powered in the correct way. But that could be broke down in more detail in a later video. Make sure to stay tuned for that. But there's another thing. I haven't gotten into this one yet. I haven't played enough yet to test this out. But in Revelations, you had 2 abilities. In Assassin's Creed 3, you have 3 abilities. You know, the 2 standard, you know, left bumper, right bumper. But now, the Y button on the Xbox version is used for your 3rd ability. I think that's triangle for PS3 users. That is now your 3rd ability. And I see some issues with this. I mean, I haven't tried yet, but I got some theories of what could happen. It can be really easy to have 2 offensive abilities and 1 defensive ability, or vice versa. And this could bring some... It could overpower a lot of things. For example, if you were to put your abilities as Smoke Bomb, Mute, and Poison. Poison is obviously an offensive ability. That's a given. Mute, pretty much a defensive ability for the most part. And Smoke Bomb, meant to be used as a defensive ability, but a lot of times it's used as offense to get like focus kills, focus bonuses, all that good jazz. But the only way I could see that, you know, not being overpowered is the cooldown times. How long is the cooldowns going to be in this game? You know, is Smoke Bomb going to be 90 seconds? Is Mute going to be 75 seconds? Or are they going to have the same cooldown times as Revelations? Because if that happens, there could be some issues in people saying, oh, the setup's way too overpowered. And, you know, they could be, depending on the game you're playing. You're playing a game like Deathmatch or Wanted or whatever. Yeah, going Smoke Bomb, Poison, Mute for your 3 abilities could be overpowered.
1 minute remaining.
But, you know what? If the cooldown times are set right, it shouldn't be an issue. And one last thing, there was a lot of complaint about the kill animations. As you guys are watching this, you probably can see the kill animations are almost the exact same as they have been for a while. And a lot of people made a big deal about this. See, I don't think it's really a big deal.
30 seconds remaining.
Just because, you know what? It let the developers focus on other things. You know, such as the graphics, such as the gameplay mechanics. Things that are more important than kill animations. So, big deal? Nah. Do you feel cheapened? I don't think so. that was one complaint I heard about, and I don't think it's cheapened the gameplay at all. I don't think it's cheapened the game at all. If anything, it's just focused on making this game better. And so far, I'm really impressed with Ubisoft. But that's it, guys. I'm LilWooly618, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.